The film begins in a nursing home where we see Zach, a 22-year-old with Down syndrome. During a meal, Zach asks for a cup of pudding and kindly offers it to an elderly patient, along with a drawing that appears as an innovative plan. The elderly woman expresses her admiration for the idea and agrees to help execute it. After Zach and the elderly woman eat the pudding, the woman pretends to be suddenly ill, providing Zach with the perfect opportunity to escape. Unfortunately, he is quickly caught after attempting to flee by the care attendants. Zach is shown to be an avid fan of a famous wrestler known as Saltwater Redneck, and his big dream is to join the world of professional wrestling. While watching TV, Zach sees an advertisement for a wrestling school run by Saltwater Redneck in Ayden, North Carolina. Then Eleanor, Zach's primary nurse, arrives to inform him that his privileges have been revoked due to his second escape attempt and that she had to report him as an escapee. Elsewhere, away from the nursing home, we see Tyler, who lives a secluded life and has been fired from his job after his boss discovered his involvement in stealing crabs from local gangs led by Duncan and Ratboy, who vow to take revenge. Tyler sits alone outside the place, and his boss approaches him for an honest conversation, mentioning that his brother Mark would not have approved of stealing from others. This prompts Tyler to recall memories with his brother Mark and how they used to spend time together. That night, Carl decides to help his fellow Zach escape by pulling the bars from his cell window. Zach uses soap to help himself slide out of the window, then escapes and hides in a boat. The next morning, Zach witnesses a confrontation between Duncan, Ratboy, and Tyler, as well as a third thief attacking Tyler over the stolen crabs. Tyler is threatened with death if he deals with Duncan and Ratboy again, prompting him to burn their valuable equipment. When Duncan and Ratboy notice this, they start chasing Tyler on the boat, where Zach is hiding. Tyler drives the boat in search of a hiding place, and despite Zach nearly revealing their location by vomiting, Tyler manages to keep them hidden until Duncan and Ratboy lose track of them. We return to the nursing home, where Glenn, the head, orders Eleanor to bring Zach back to the facility, knowing that Zach is fond of Eleanor. While Tyler plans to go on his own, Zach follows him and starts to annoy him by repeatedly calling his name and asking numerous questions, constantly expressing his love for wrestling. Tyler leaves Zach by a lake and goes to hitch a ride on a truck with another person. On the way, the driver tells him that the police have set up roadblocks looking for someone. Realizing the situation, Tyler gets off the truck and returns to the lake, only to find Zach being harassed by a child trying to push him off the high diving board. Tyler orders the child to stop, but the child insists on his actions, causing Zach to fall off the board. Tyler slaps the child in the face and then jumps in to pull Zach out of the water. Despite this, Zach continues to follow and annoy Tyler even more. Tyler stops at a store to get supplies, but he scares the store owner because he is carrying guns. Tyler leaves the guns and has a drink with the man. Shortly after, Eleanor enters the store looking for Zach, as she has been doing with everyone in town. Tyler avoids clearly answering whether he has seen Zach, but eventually he does not tell Eleanor that Zach is with him. Tyler decides to let Zach join him without making any fuss, and agrees to help Zach get to Ayden to meet Saltwater Redneck. On their journey, Zach and Tyler need to cross a river. Since Zach can't swim, Tyler makes a flotation device for him to use to cross the water. A shrimp boat comes toward them, so Tyler swims as fast as he can and successfully pulls Zach out of the water before he gets hit by the boat. Afterward, Tyler starts teaching Zach how to swim. They set up camp for the night. Zach tells Tyler about his desire to become a wrestler and how he wants to be a villain in wrestling. Tyler asks why, and Zach explains how people used to treat him, calling him retard and making him feel like a bad person. Tyler reassures Zach that those people are just jerks and that Zach has the heart of a good person. When Zach asks Tyler if he is a good or bad person, Tyler doesn't know how to answer. Tyler then recalls another moment with Mark, where he was leading them both but fell asleep at the wheel, hinting that this was how Mark died, and that Tyler has been carrying the guilt ever since. In the morning, the two continue walking, and Tyler teaches Zach how to shoot a rifle. They find a boat and try to take it, but they are stopped by a blind man named Jasper with a gun. After proving they mean no harm, Jasper invites them to join him for a prayer with others in the area. He baptizes them before helping them prepare a raft to aid them on their journey. On the water, Zach assures Tyler that he is a good person, and Tyler cries because of this. The two then rest for another night, during which Zach creates his own wrestling costume and name, the Falcon. He takes some peanut butter that Tyler bought from the store and smears it on himself, dubbing himself the Peanut Butter Falcon. The next day, Eleanor finds the two. She prepares to take Zach back, but he takes her car keys and throws them into the sea. This leaves her with no choice but to join Tyler and Zach on their journey to Aden. Tyler and Eleanor argue about taking Zach back to the nursing home, both knowing he doesn't belong there. However, since his family left him alone, he has no one else to care for him. They eventually stop on an island to rest again, and Eleanor begins to connect with Tyler after seeing how Zach loves helping him. Later that night, Duncan and Ratboy, who had been tracking Tyler all along, find them. They burn their raft, but before they can attack Tyler, Zach intervenes to protect him with his rifle. Duncan and Ratboy leave but promise that this isn't over. The three are forced to continue walking until they reach a restaurant to get some food. Eleanor talks with Glenn, her boss, about finding Zach, but Glenn wants to send Zach to the Cherry Hill Institution, which Eleanor notes is typically for addicts and prostitutes. Eleanor then speaks with a waitress who recognizes the name Saltwater Redneck. She asks the waitress if she knows where he lives. The three head to the home of Saltwater Redneck, who is now retired and living under the name Clint. Tyler approaches his front door to ask about his wrestling school, but Clint says it closed 10 years ago, meaning the advertisement Zach saw was an old tape. Tyler understands but tells Clint how much Zach is a fan. After waving to Zach, the three start walking again, but Clint drives up dressed as Saltwater Redneck and agrees to teach Zach some wrestling moves for fun. Zach is overjoyed. Clint takes the three to a wrestling show he is hosting in the neighborhood. Zach prepares to face a large man named Sam. Tyler ties Eleanor to Clint's truck to prevent her from stopping Zach from achieving his dream. As she tries to free herself, Eleanor sees Duncan and Ratboy arriving. Tyler goes to watch Zach in the ring, but is brutally thrown aside by Sam, who was supposed to be Zach's partner, but refused to cooperate. Eleanor breaks free to warn Tyler. Zach then performs the Saltwater Redneck move, lifting Sam onto his shoulders and throwing him out of the ring, astonishing everyone present. Eleanor runs to reach Tyler but arrives too late, as Duncan gets to Tyler and hits him on the head with a tire iron. Zach and Eleanor are seen in the hospital, waiting for news about Tyler. Eleanor speaks with the doctor and starts to cry. Zach holds a birthday cake and makes a wish before blowing out the candles. Sometime later, Eleanor drives Zach to a place in Florida where Tyler had wanted to go with them. Zach goes over to Tyler to wake him up, revealing that he is still alive, though still recovering from his injury. And that's where the film ends. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the summary.